Let's play.
Wheelie.
Horn. Can't make a horn do a wheelie. Money can't do a wheelie either. No comment. An 08 M3? Huh. Let's see what we can do with this thing. Alright, I kind of have hopes for this thing already. We have body kits for it. I have a feeling putting a body kit on it will just make it harder to do a wheelie, so we're not going to, although I do really like body kits. Let's see what kind of engines we can put in this thing. The 4.4 V8 has the highest torque early on in the RPM, so I think we're going to go with that. Then we need to put a better transmission in. We'll do just the race transmission and upgrade everything else here. We want the lightest weight possible, a differential we can lock up. I don't know the difference between all the differentials, so if someone knows the difference between all of them, let me know in the comments below, because I usually just put the race diff in. Brakes, why not? Rally suspension, that's a must. Weight reduction. We want the roll bars. And we do not want to put a reinforcement kit in it. I think we're going to do the painted duckbill wing because I like those the best. Those look pretty cool. Tires, you know we got to do them drag tires. Let's see how light of wheels we can get. Minus 12 pounds, 25 pounds down. Is there anything lighter? I wonder what the lightest wheel is in Forza. We're just going to go with these ones for now. And let's upgrade all the engine components. There we go. Alright, we're going from 414 horsepower to 900 horsepower. It's a small, light car, but it's, again, only a car. So, let's see. We'll see if this thing can wheelie. Why is it always raining when I make these videos? You want to be in my YouTube video? Oh. Okay, it finished raining, but the road is still wet. Let's see if we burn up the tires on the first test. No tuning! Yeah, we spun those tires so simply. Okay, is the ground seems pretty dry. Ground seems pretty dry. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. Okay. I'm kind of expecting a baby wheelie out of this thing after a tune, so let's tune it and see what happens. I'm also just getting over to the longer straight. Move! If you're gonna turn, dude! Come on, you had your turn signal on and everything. Alright, let's tune it. That rear tire pressure is sitting a little high already. Front pressure, not too big of a deal. Gearing, let's turn up the final drive. Let's go 5.5. Then we're going to turn up first gear a little bit more. And just follow suit with the rest of them. And then the 6th gear will just drop to the bottom. Alignment, we want those wheels planted on the ground. Anti-roll bars, we want it soft up front, stiff in the rear. Springs, we want them soft up front and a little bit of stiffness in the rear. Let's start with 450. Damping, soft up front, stiff in the rear. Soft up front, stiff in the rear. Aero, still really doesn't matter too much. Braking, differential. Now this, we need to lock the differential all the way. All right, first tuning setup, let's see what happens. Feels like it wants to. It really feels like it wants to. Maybe I'll tweak the gearing a little bit more here. What happens if I drop this to the bottom? Trial and error here. Science. All right. No. Okay. Yep. We need acceleration, not speed. Gearing. What if we max out the final drive? Drop first gear down a little ways and then drop the rest of them down a little ways. That looks stupid as hell. There we go. Okay, and then the springs. Let's try going a little stiffer up front. I mean in the rear. Oops. Sorry, sir. All right, the gearing, let's drop the final drive down once again. We'll drop it down to 5. And then maybe we'll put first gear up a little bit higher. Springs. Do we want more stiffness in the rear? We're going to try it anyway. That one felt a little bit better. Oh, I'm all over the road. Let's tune down that first gear just a little bit more. And I want to try, for science, we're going to try softening the rear spring all the way. Just see what happens. Nope, that's not even lifting him in 4th anymore. We were getting 4th gear lifts before. Okay, we want to... let's go back to the springs. Let's put the spring stiffness up to 600 now. Jump that up quite a bit higher. Just change one thing at a time now. Nope. Alright. Back to the gearing. Turn up that first gear. What if we maxed out first gear? What happens if we max out first gear and then raise second just a little bit? Springs. Let's drop this back down to, let's go 525 or 526, whatever. Hey, I wasn't parked that way. All right. Now let's see. That threw me off there. We lifted a little bit in 4th there. I think this might be the final tune here. Drop this first gear back down to 4 1/4. The springs, let's drop that back down to 4 3/4. There, now let's see. Let's see what we got now. Nah, it's worse. Let's go 515 for the rear stiffness. I don't like that. I don't like that at one bit. 485. Let's drop the final drive to a 4.5. And then we'll keep the first gear at 4 1/4 and see what that does. Is the road getting wet again? Hold on. Nope. Turn that back up to a 5. And 4.5. 4.4. Let's go 4.4. Alright, if this does the wheelie in 3rd gear again, we're going to call that good. I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's drop the rear stiffness down to 4.5. Gearing, we'll keep the gearing where it is. I feel like the gearing is okay. Alrighty then. Okay, wheel is straight. Stay straight. You know what? It lifts them in 3rd gear. It lifts them in 3rd gear. We're gonna call that good. I think that's wheeling as much as it possibly can. These coupes and sedans are harder to do wheelies in, but if you want to do baby wheelies in the M3, here's the tune code right here.